Morning, everyone, and welcome back to the RSC11 playoffs. My name is Merritt, and once again on the B stream, it is cool. How are you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling great. I mean, the first series of the B stream was pretty incredible, and we're in for another great one. I mean, you can only expect the best from these teams.
I'd have to agree with you there. And on the B stream this hour, we have Fearless Bravo, fresh off of a defeat against Vanguards, taking on Anju, who beat Anarchy in the previous series in the lower bracket, off stream, of course. So it's going to be a very exciting game. We're getting towards that fabled grand final that we all know and love. And yesterday in Rival, we saw a very spectacular final. Hopefully, we be able to replicate that in Elite.
I mean, yeah, definitely, but we do. The point on Andrew, their lower bracket run, that was just a reverse sweep that they've just had. So the moral of them will be extremely high. But on the other side of it, you've got Fearless Bravo, who just lost 3-1. So I mean, the mental game's definitely going to come into aspect in this game.
And Fearless Bravo, they've been known to talk, so whether they can back that up, we'll have to wait and see. But I believe we are now going into the team stats, if I'm not wrong. So get a look at a little bit of. All right. Okay. Well, looking at the bracket, obviously we have our upper final between Resonant and Vanguard. So that'll be in an hour's time over on the mainstream. But we're currently focused on the lower bracket. What can you tell us?
Sorry, what was that? Apologies.
Just run us through the bracket.
The bracket right now. I mean, obviously Andrew coming in 3-2 in their last game. Fearless Bravo dropping down to losers. Same with Thanatos. Both of those teams playing now on the A and B stream respectively. Andrew on this stream, Bladesmith versus Thanatos on the other one. So that should be an interesting one. But you do have Resonant and Vanguards in the upper finals, and I mean, all of these teams in and out definitely capable of winning it.
And we have our top six confirmed, but this series will decide which team gets into the top four. And I believe it is nearly time for kickoff. Cool, if we can just get the players into the lobby and ready to go to start off this best of five. How do you think it's going to pan out?
Oh, I mean, this is definitely going to be more of one of the intenser games of the series, well, of the bracket. But I feel like you cannot doubt Andrew here. I mean, a reverse sweep, the mental has to be an absolute high, as they do start off the kickoff nicely. Harv will have possession of this Bulo, and we'll start it off with an air dribble bump, but the save comes out anyways as Dakai manages to clear the lines, and Arctic Fox sends it past one, and this is already going to shape out to be a good game.
And it's a very lively start. So Harv attempting the air to 1B got it, but the save was still made. Now Windy getting some early pressure. Dakai also with the shots blocked by Harv. Windy just resorting to popping up in Torque. It's there to intercept, but ends up back in Andrew's hands, and that's an open net for Arctic Fox. I'm not sure what quite happened there, but it's Andrew with an early lead.
JW thinking more's going to come out of Arctic Fox, and he just lets it run, and JW with the side flip, unable to make anything of that. And it is an early lead for Andrew going into this kickoff. And the guy gets
another.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's a good kickoff for Fearless Bravo. JW Cinema with a little bit of a fake Mustang Tart gets into the middle. Harv beaten to the punch by Arctic Fox. Bravo now need to rebuild, but Windy will halt any plans of that happening. But Torque does get it back. He wins that 50. Can he follow up? Unable to. The Andrew defense well prepared for that one. Now they've really switched the gears here. They're turning their defensive into an offensive, and they're keeping Fearless Bravo down here. And they're already 1-0 up, and they're looking to add to it.
Bravo almost stuck in that half right now, as Torque will be able to get them out there. Windy needs to touch, and he does get it. The guy is going to send this down the field. Harv tries to get a decent 50, unable to. Pops out into the middle. Torque is there for it. Arctic has to send this off to the side. Double commit coming out of Fearless Bravo. as Windy takes possession of the boo, going to try and get this boo over towards Arctic Fox. With the 50, Arctic turns away though, tries to get the touch but unable to do so. Dakai keeping his defensive pressure nice and well, shadows it into a good position for himself as Windy gets a good 50 past one. Good 50 past a second, and Dakai needs to make another clutch save there. Dork with a shot on net, and that will make it 1-1. 2 minutes gone.
Fearless Bravo finding a response. They made the Andrew defense awkward, especially with that demo from Harv and Torque. Was left to pick up the PCC, slotted it into the top right corner to tie up the game in the first 2 minutes. It's given a lot of time for either team to get the lead back, and Windy finds Arctic Fox out on the left hand side, 70 boost in the tank, but can't really do much with it. Can only try and find Dakai out wide in the middle actually, but nothing will come from the attack, and a little bit of a double commit there between the identical Fenix, which is a little bit off-putting in all honesty. They've got 3 identical Fenix on the Anju roster, so it's going to be a little bit harder to pick the players out. That's not going to be important right now as Fearless Bravo on the attack, and Dakai does get away for now. He gets 50 as well, where Arctic Fox is waiting. Isn't able to find the target, neither is Dakai, but finds his way back to an Anju player.
JW sends it towards the backboard, but that is not a favourable touch from Torque because it makes Harv awkward. Arctic goes for the bump, Dakai sends it over one, and JW's got to touch it down. It's not the best of touches as it falls down to Windy, who cannot quite squeeze that past the defence. Harv going to try and take this slowly, but Arctic Fox is equal to that one. Dakai is going to try and center this, but JW does not get bumped and will continue putting it forward as Windy cuts him out. A good bump coming out, going to try and get another one. That is a double commit and a half as it leaves the net open. Dakai slots into the bottom right hand corner, and that is 2-1.
I'm not quite sure what happened there, just a bit of miscommunication that ended up being fatal as Dakai was there waiting in the middle to find the net off of a good 50 from his teammate. And now Anju, like I said in the intro, they did get reverse sweep last series, but they're starting off stronger here, hoping to not have to go through that again. They are putting everything into this game. Number 1, Windy off the ceiling, just a little bit wide, but he does get a bump to keep the pressure on, and Harv has to get away, and he does so. He might be able to follow up. Dakai is going to play it back to Windy. He has control of the ball here. GW Cinema a little bit of shadow defense. It works out. The ball just ends up back in Anju possession. Now Harv not able to beat the first one. He resorted to Fox, but that's a very awkward clear. And Tart gets demoed. Now Harv against the world by himself. He's going to try and drop it off to JW Cinema. Not able to do so. And we into the last minute of this game number 1, and Anju are in the lead.
A good fake coming out left from Windy as he sends it nice and high. Arctic tries to get the touch but talks to it first. JW, they're keeping it on this right hand side. Don't know if that's the best, but that's a good fake from him. But no one able to follow up on that. Windy can't even get a bump on Harv. As they will try and clear this out, and they do manage to do so. Torque manages to beat the last man. It goes into the middle, but Windy managing to recover for his team. Demo from Harv, but Windy keeping the pressure up. Torque not the most favourable of touches as he sends it off the left. Arctic manages to beat him. He's going to take possession from that. A good pinch with JW. Sends it over towards the middle now for Dakai, but Dakai unable to read it. They just have to wait, play patiently. They're not going for the biggest of wins here, but they are trying to close out this game as Dakai sends it high. Goes for the second touch, but unable to get it. JW has to send it off to the right-hand wall as Arctic can't quite kill it, but that is a good fake from him, from Windy, as Torque is trying his best, but Dakai half keeps it up. Arctic will try and... He's just not going to drop it, but he will drop it now, and Andrew take game 1.
Team that came for the play-ins takes first blood against Fearless Bravo, and it's a very good start for them. And it was Dakai with the MVP performance, 392 points, a goal and 2 saves was his main highlight in that one. And Andrew, you're off to a good start, but if you're Fearless Bravo, cool, what would you do to change things up and give yourself as good a chance as possible of taking game 2?
I think the control's really messing them up. They just need to play a bit quicker in defense. Just taking these extra touches that they really don't need, and it's just messing them up because they're instantly being pressured by players like Dakai and Wendy, and Arctic Fox is just cleaning up the mess that is left there. And I mean, the bump plays coming out, you really want to be striking early if you're Fearless Bravo here.
And coming into game 2, it's all about getting that quick start for Fearless Bravo. They're already done 1 on the series, and 2 is not a very ideal situation, although Andrew last series did make it work, but they prefer not to give the other team any chance of that as game 2 underway. And some quick shots coming out from Fearless Bravo. A little bit of a double commit from Harv and Torque, but it might work out. But a whiff from Harv will see that opportunity come to an end. But Torque's going to keep it going. He does find the net from a ridiculous angle, getting it past Dakai some way, somehow. That angle is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be asking questions of Dakai there. He doesn't respect the shot in the slightest, which you don't want to be doing in these playoffs. You have to respect every single shot that's taken. As Wendy sends that, but JW with a good touch off the backboard, and Harv will get demoed for his troubles. As Torque, once again, scores another one, doubles his lead. It's just a whiff from the Andrew side, and it's a free goal for Torque, as Arctic Fox cannot get back to recover on that.
It's a massive overcommit from Andrew, and it's definitely the start that Fearless Bravo were wanting. It was definitely under some fortunate circumstances, but it's a 2-goal win nonetheless, and looking to add to it already. Decent kickoff from them, but now it's Andrew on the attack. Harv is able to get away. Is anyone there to convert? JW Cinema is, and it's already a third, and I believe that's his first of the game, and it's a very, very quick start, and it's looking like this game could already be in their hands.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Andrew, you really want to be tightening up your rotations here, because they just keep on getting caught out by the speed of Fearless Bravo. And as I said, they struck early, and they're just putting pressure after pressure on JW, playing in his element now. Dakai manages to be out halfway. Torque really needs to get a touch here, and he does, but it is only as far as Dakai. The ball will be awkward with JW with a good read off the backboard. Torque going to keep on pushing it, unable to make much of it. Double commit there coming out of Andrew. Wendy will continue pushing it, like doesn't even care about the fact there was a double commit. Half though manages to clear it out, and Architect's got to be patient with it. JW will send this all the way, and Wendy with a good clearance all the way back across the field. No demo there coming out, but JW, good patience and good flick from him as Harv manages to pick up the scraps. Arctic with a decent challenge, but it is only into their own corner as JW is there first, sends it across down to Torque. Torque with a shot. Harv is going to try and finish that, and Dakai with a backflip, unable to do anything. 4-0. You really just, you have to feel for Andrew in this game.
They were playing with so much urgency, they didn't really consider what would happen on the other end of the field, because that's exactly what Fearless Bravo did. They caught them out on the break, made them awkward, and they struck gold with that one to put them 4 goals up before 2 minutes are passed. Another little double commit from Andrew on the low spot, and a very nice fake from JW Cinema. Can't quite get the musty, but he will settle for a 50 to continue the attack. And Dakai, big whiff. Harv finds the middle. Torque can't find the net. Wendy does get in the way of that, but it's a save that could have been useful at the start of the game. But when you're 4 goals down, a save like that, it's only going to do so much, because now they're still on the offensive. Fearless Bravo. Torque forcing 2 to go, and now Dakai putting it towards net, and Wendy nearly pops it down, but JW Cinema will get the stop, and now Torque sending that one towards net. It's a bit too high, trying to get the second touch, but it is a little bit wide, and I think you've got to say this game is nearly already over.
I mean, definitely, but if you don't want to be missing like that is an awkward one. Half gets an easy save. Dakai, you really need to be finishing that and not leaving it to your teammates to do. Not the best of shots from Arctic Fox, as that gets dropped down into the middle, but Dakai not ready for it either. Can't even make a touch here. It's just not looking good. They have to try and go next, because this game's already out of reach and they're just being outplayed with. I mean, if I was them, I'd use their timeout already, because losing by this margin is just not great. They really need goals here.
I'd agree with you, and time is rapidly running out. You've got to go with that go next mentality. Focus on what you've done wrong in this one and try and use it to work on the next one. That could have been an opportunity. Torque getting his Fennec in the way, but not out of the woods yet. Hard forced to make a save. And the demo's nearly coming out. Dekai trying to go all the way by himself. But the clear will go to Arctic Fox, and it is one back. And if you score one goal every 30 seconds, then it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, the defense, they really just have to throw everything at this defense to even get a chance to have an opener like they did there. Like, they have to commit everyone to the play, and leaving these people back is just not doing anything for them. As Dekai has to try and make a careful touch on this backboard. Gets it past one, but JW picks up the scraps, looking for a nice airplay, sends it booming down, but Wendy is there to pick it up. Arctic Fox tries to send it down the wing, but Harv comes out of nowhere. JW has to make a decent touch off to the corner. He manages to do it. Dekai, what are you doing? That is not what you want to be having in this game. But he does have a chance to turn that, but he can't quite make it happen. Arctic sends it up, but Harv is already up for it. Chance for a double here, can't quite make it though. JW, bit of double of his own, can't quite put it in a good spot for his team either. As Arctic will send this off to the backboard, Harv with a good touch. And Wendy will try and drop this through.
So we're approaching the final 30 seconds of this game, and you need something now. But I think you've now just got to focus on the next game. It's 1-1. You've got a Queen Slain, you just need to focus on that mentality. If it's only a best of 3, but you are in the lower brackets, so you need to be wary that you may get eliminated if you lose this series. Because Fearless Bravo, they're looking on top form right now, and they could eliminate anyone with this gameplay that they're showcasing. Tark could add a 50. The shot isn't placed well enough to get past Arctic Fox, but it will be irrelevant as Fearless Bravo takes game number 2. And it's a statement response from them, and you just weren't able to do anything.
I mean, if you're Andrew, you really want to be defending like you were for the last 3 minutes, because it just wasn't good enough at the start, but they managed to lock up in the latter half of the game. And Andrew did manage to get a goal. They just need to play like they were in the latter half of the game all the time. Because there's no use playing like that only now.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. They were a lot more solid in the latter half of that game, like you said. And if they can carry that over into game number 3, going straight back into it, 0 time out into Sovereign Heights. And now one of these teams will pick up that double match point after this game to give themselves 2 more opportunities to close things out. Who will it be? We're about to find out. Game 3 underway. JW Cinema fastest to that one. He will be able to follow up. But he does run out of boost. Is anyone there? Harv not able to make the biggest hit there. Dakai sends it away. JW Cinema just gonna control it slowly, and he's gonna get off the wall. It can't be Arctic Fox. Will he go again? He puts it on net, but Harv just getting back to it, and Anju already putting a little bit of an onslaught on that Fearless Bravo net.
Yeah, as we see, Arctic Fox managing to put up good pressure into the middle, but Harv will clear that out. The guy does have a chance, puts it on towards net. Torque has to make the touch. That's an awkward one. Harv, not the best of touches. And Torque, they're managing to bail this team out of that one as Harv takes possession of this. The chance for a quick counter, but Wendy gets a boost and the bow. JW, though, quick to the challenge. Arctic sends it nice and high. The guy's up for it. Off onto the backboard. Harv is there waiting. He will take it past one, drops it down into the middle. JW with the whiff, chance for a shot here, but no one's there on the Andrew side. You have to be asking questions if you're Andrew, because where's your team?
Yeah, but there's definitely a question that needs to be asked, because they've had so many opportunities early on, but Fearless Bravo could just strike at any time, and they're starting to do so now. Putting some pressure on. JW Cinema over to this side, can't get the second touch, and Tark send it over to the backboard. Wendy is there to get away and is able to get a follow up, but Harv beats him in the 50. He gets another one as well. Dakai is the last man. Sending it back over to the corner. Arctic Fox gets it past one. Dakai is on it. A little bit of a pinch. It's going to bounce down, and Arctic Fox is there going all the way to give Andrew the lead. And you've got to say it was coming, even though there was a little bit of a lack of clinicality. They've made up for it, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, that duo of Arctic Fox and Dakai are doing so much together. I mean, the passing plays between them and the pressure they're putting on this Fearless Bravo team. I mean, it is asking questions of both of these rosters. As Torque puts one on net, and Arctic Fox cannot quite put the touch that he wants on it, and it will sail into the back of the net, evening them up. 3 minutes left to go. Got a game on our hands, Merits.
Yep, and Windy made a small mistake there, you know, just tapping it off the ceiling and leaving it for the oncoming attacker to put the shot in net. Arctic Fox couldn't do anything in that scenario, and now it's tied up in Fearless Bravo with some early possession, but Arctic Fox doesn't open it to shoot at, goes high, gets a double, gets a triple, but it was a very much a squandered opportunity. I don't think they quite realised that the net was open. They could have took their time and put it low, but that wasn't what happened, and it's still tied up here. Dakai beats one, he's going to put towards net. Torque forced into action, he gets the save and the second touch to move the ball downfield. Arctic Fox demoed by Harv in the background now. JW Cinema trying to, you know, force a 50, does so. It goes over to Harv, but he gives it back to Arctic Fox, trying to go all the way, put the shot on net, but Torque gets it away. Now JW Cinema being one. Torque, he has options, just going to try and go for the shot. And a little bit of a double commit coming through, and now Dakai against JW Cinema. Just going to rush the shot a little bit and gives them an easy save. We're approaching the final 2 minutes. It's all tied up. Which way do you see it going?
I mean, Fearless Bravo looking stronger and stronger in each of these plays, but they still can't quite finish it. JW comes in and puts it into the middle, but Arctic will be there first. I mean, the issue with Andrew right now is the constant double commits coming out, as Windy will clear that all the way. JW with not the best of touches, and Torque manages to take it past one, takes it past two, but cannot quite get it to JW Cinema as he does get demoed. This could drop down. Arctic can't quite put the shot on there. JW gets a good 50 off of him. Torque pops it out. Dakai, not the greatest of touches, as Harv is there waiting, tries to put the shot on, but Windy is equal to it. Gets demoed for that.
Approaching the final minute of this game, number 3 on Sovereign Heights. It's still tied up. Fearless Bravo inching closer and closer to that goal that's seen Bo in the lead, and Torque could be the man to do it, but he runs out of boost in the final moment, and he can only muster a small unsuccessful shot. It was saved by Dakai. Torque trying to go again, he can only pop it down and gets bumped for his efforts. He manages to stay on it and gets it into the middle. Double commit from Anju. 50 only goes to the side, and Harv rolls past him, and now 36 boost in the dream takes to the skies, trying to find someone in the middle. Torque was thinking about it, but opted against it. JW Cinema getting dunked on by Arctic Fox, and now this could be Andrew's only chance in regular time to find the net, but Harv will take it away for now. Windy onto the backboards, cleared away. Harv not able to get on the end of it, and now Arctic Fox beaten by Torque already. Torque getting a demo as well. JW Cinema gets one touch, 2-0 for a follow-up, and Windy will clear it away, and this could be the final chance, but squandered by Harv, and we might be going to overtime here, but Arctic Fox keeps it alive, fakes to 50, and we have overtime goal.
Yeah, I mean, neither of these teams are really playing at the level that you think they should be, but Torque definitely a standout player for Fearless Bravo in this series so far, as Windy is going to send this up towards Dakai. JW though with the pre-jumps coming out and looking strong on them. Arctic sends it up the wall for Windy. Windy will try and drop it down. JW though will have a nice touch. Tries to put it into the mid. Dakai is up. Torque unable to really just seize it out. Nice play from him, as Torque will try and continue going, but Windy stops him in his tracks.
And we've seen the first 30 seconds of this overtime. Here's Dakai now, full boost in the tank, trying to go alone, trying to force Torque to go. Torque will not be filled by that now. He's trying to go all the way himself. Windy gets the stop, but it's only temporary. Arctic Fox does get the follow-up save though to keep Anju in this overtime. We've seen about a minute of it so far. Arctic Fox sending that one into the middle. Harv will get away. Double commit from Fearless Bravo.
Oh, that's a
And
good
Arctic
demo.
Fox is going to be an open net, and you're on match point.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew looking good. I mean, perfect demo coming out. Dakai making sure to cover in case half spawns on that side, which he does. So there wasn't a chance anyways for him. As Andrew do take that game in a really good team fashion.
Sees them go on to double match point, and it was Arctic Fox, 555 points, leading Andrew to victory, scoring both the goals and getting 2 saves on top of that. A star-studded performance, and you know it wasn't the cleanest of victories. It was a little bit of fortunate occurrences for Andrew to take it, but Fearless Bravo, they've got to feel a little bit disappointed that they're not up in the series right now, because they have to win 2 in a row.
Yeah, I think Fearless have also just decided to not go with the fact that they have a timeout and they're just going to go straight into this final game. That might be a misplay, but it could also lead in their favor because Andrew might be expecting a timeout in this situation.
Must be feeling confident in their own capabilities, because we saw them in game 2, how they utterly dominated. If they can channel that again, then I see no reason why they should have taken that time out. But it's all up to them. If they're feeling confident, then they should just continue. They're in game 4 now on Beck with Parkins. An early start. JW Cinema can't convert that double tap, but Torque trying to keep the pressure on. Arctic Fox beats Harv there and trying to go all the way is Windy. JW Cinema gets it away now to Kai. Trying to do something with it, but Torque able to put the shot on there. Nanju already facing a little bit of pressure to start things off. Fearless Bravo have had a lot of the ball.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Harv having really good patience and just really good view of the game as a whole. Arctic Fox throwing the ball away, but Dakai is there for follow-up. JW will hit this down off the side. Windy can't quite make the read, but it's an awkward shot from Torque as it goes up into the corners. JW will try and drop this down onto the net, but Arctic Fox waiting patiently for him. Harv gets a shot, but Dakai is ready for that one. Windy gonna come in, manages to get a demo. We'll take the boost and the boost off of him. We'll get a nice flick into the middle, but no one is there on his team. JW can't quite make a double. Dakai can't get the shot on net as Torque will have to pick up the scraps on here. A little boost for him, but he's on full now. Windy tries to send it high. Boo will come flying down now. As Arctic Fox gets demoed for his troubles. Windy tries to cut in, but half with a good 50. Torque is going to hit this over to cut. What a passing play that was, but very interesting. Windy sends it into the air, passes it into the middle for Dakai. Dakai tries to get the shot on net, unable to do so. Arctic Fox lacking back, maybe smart in this play. As JW tries to send this forward towards the net.
When we're saying 2 minutes gone, and definitely some more unique plays coming through from either side. Definitely trying to get creative to outwit the other team. They're definitely feeling warmed up and know how to recognise each other's plays. But Andrew now trying to be the one to come out on top in this series. They came through the play-ins, they beat Profits in a sweep on, I believe, Friday or Thursday, but now they're here and they've already won 1 series today and they're trying to add another, but Fearless Bravo standing in their way. They'll need to win 1 game of the remaining 2 to make it there, but it's going to be no easy task because Fearless Bravo putting some pressure on now. Here's JW Cinema winning the 50 and Arctic Fox getting bumped out the way. Kai trying to take his time but is unable to. Torque can't quite get the shot on net. Now here's Harv giving them no rest, but Arctic Fox getting the clear away, and every time that Fearless Bravo come even close to the net, they're just denied.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Andrew fan, you want to kind of just be disappointed in them after that defensive performance. No one hit the ball after Dakai missed there. It was just awkward after awkward. Half with a good touch, and Windy matrixing the ball, just dodging it out of the way of it and leaving the net wide open for the shot.
Yeah, but now into the final 2 minutes, and you need to find a response if they don't want to go to Champions Field. Windy trying to do just that, but JW Cinema having absolutely none of it, trying to create a chance of his own. is able to get cleared away. Harv getting some 50s there. Now GW Cinema being out by Windy. He's going to follow up his own touch, but isn't able to really do much with it except get a 50. Windy doing his best to try and bump the opposition out of the way, but it's all going to be in vain. Harv, putting that one on net, but now here's Windy coming down the wing, but GW Cinema getting a demo. It's something we've seen quite a lot of that hasn't really been picked up on, is there's been a lot of demos, especially in the midfield. It's been slowing down quite a lot of these attacks being built up, especially on the side of Andrew. Fearless Bravo has just been showing no mercy with those, and also with their shots. But Windy is able to get to that one. GW Cinema tries again. Torque beats out his man, but can only hit the post. But it does run down the clock, which is something that they'd want to see as we're into the final minute. They're still holding on to their 1-goal lead.
Yeah, Dakai trying to push it down the pitch, unable to do so. Arctic Fox slightly awkward. Windy's got to go instead of no boost on it. Deck. That's the reason. As he will send this up. Harv can't quite make the touch he wants, as it will go high, but Windy there, no boost. They are being boost stopped. This Dakai tries to send this far as JW. Like, good control from him. Windy puts into the middle. Torque ready for it. Arctic Fox has to make a good touch, and that is not a touch you want to be making. As Torque finishes it, puts in the dagger. They're almost there on the death. It's 2-0, 20 seconds left. Never say never, but I'm gonna say never.
Yep, Champions Field more than likely is calling both of these teams, ushering them in for one final game in this lower quarter final. Arctic Fox does make a save to reduce the deficit, any more deficit that could be added. Now Windy, one last chance to try and put themselves in a position where it is possible. Arctic Fox into the middle. Takai can't get there, and game 4 is done and dusted, and it will be Fearless Bravo taking the win as we go on to Champions Field. And on the main stream we saw Boyd Smiths sweeping Thanatos in that other lower semi-final, so we say goodbye to Thanatos, and the winner of this series will go on to face Boyd Smiths.
Yeah, I mean, very interesting game. I mean, Bladesmiths, they're definitely a Sunday team. Very strong performance from them with a sweep off of Thanatos, who were a top 3 team in their division. But yeah, it's looking good on all aspects, and I'm very excited for this game 5. I mean, again, there is no timeout from either of the teams. They're confident that they can just keep on pushing through. And this is making up to be one of the greatest series, probably, of the playoff bracket.
I've got to sort of say, I think a timeout from either of these teams would just disrupt their flow, sort of. You know, because you've played 4 games already, you're warmed up, and any break from that could be detrimental to your series, because your season's on the line and it will be decided by just one game on Champions Field. And we're about to get that underway. Cool. Take us away into game 5.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Andrew, they're going to want a bit of a more stellar performance shooting-wise. Maybe it's the fact that it was on a darker map, they couldn't see the ball as well. But, you know, throw out some excuses if you may, as Windy takes possession of the spoon and it's challenged immediately by Torque. Arctic Fox tries to get it past JW, but good touch from him. Harv is going to send this high. Someone's got to be up for that. It's Torque who manages to beat out his man. Harv gets a shot on net, but Arctic Fox is back for that. JW has to make the catch. Manages to get a good flick up. Windy is up for that though. Tries to beat out Torque, but Torque is equal to it. Harv tries to send this into the corner. Dakai. Past 1. Past the 2nd. Got to play it slow. Maybe go for a bump here, Windy. But no, they're just going to let Dakai flick it and just throw away the possession. They need to be more of a team in this, because they're just throwing away possession when they really don't need to. As JW puts it into the middle and Torque continues pushing it in. That's a good save. And Windy is going to try and send this the other way on the counter-attack.
Moment could have changed the entire complexion of this game. It will further galvanise Andrew to push on, especially after a clutch save like that early on. It'll definitely give them some motivation. But Fearless Bravo giving them no breaks. Hark just trying to weave in and out of the defenders. Harv, a little bit of a whiff But JW Cinema is there to follow up. Now Tark trying to play it back, but the pass is overhit and it allows Andrew to give chase, and Harv, well, boost in the tank, can't do much with it. JW Cinema pushes it downfield. Harv makes contact with it and it finds JW Cinema in to the bottom corner it goes. And it only took a minute and a half, but Fearless Bravo have the leads.
Yeah, it's so sloppy offensively from Angie. They're just not making anything off of the chances that they're getting. There's no team plays, and they're being punished for it. I mean, they have plenty of time to try and fix it, but I don't know if they can. As Windy tries to get a shot in there, Harv not ready for it, and he will equalise.
Well, cool, you've got your taste of the caster's curse there. You said they weren't looking like it, but Windy goes and does just that. Because now it's tied up and it only took 8 seconds to find the response. And now Andrew definitely going to be fired up after that one. It's a good kickoff from Arctic Fox. Windy trying to get there, but Harv clearing it away. Dakai trying to put it back on net, but it's a little bit too high. Tark clearing it away. Arctic Fox sending it over to the right hand side where Dakai's there, puts it into the middle, but Tark will clear it away. And now Windy on the ball once again, giving Fearless Bravo no break, and this is the goal to put them back in the lead, and it comes from Arctic Fox.
Yeah, it's a good pass there from Windy, and Harv caught backwards, unable to get any momentum on his car, and there's nothing he can do with that shot placement, as they do double their lead, and they give themselves a better chance in this game. JW though will push this downfield. This Torque manages to get a touch. Harv will send it to the corner, but Arctic Fox is there waiting. Sends it nice and high. Not much boost on the Andrew side. This JW will send this right back onto their backboard. Arctic will push this down the field. Harv has got to make a touch here, unable to get what he probably wanted, and Torque will send it high to give them a bit of a relax as Kai dunks the hell out of JW.
And now coming downfield is Fearless Bravo. Windy making the stop there. JW Cinema puts it back in the middle. Double commit from Anjun, but Tark can't capitalise, and Arctic Fox will make that save to keep them ahead, and Dakai will get the final clear there. Now counter attack. Dakai no boost, just going to put it high, but Harv is able to read it, and now he does get it past Windy, but it's going to fall right into Arctic Fox, and that demo could be detrimental. Tark can make contact, but Harv given just enough time to get back. Windy, good 50. Tark beating in the bottom, but JW Cinema can't do anything, and I lost my words a little bit there, but Dakai finds the net. That could potentially be the goal that sees Fearless Bravo eliminated.
I mean, Windy doing the most in that situation, and just managing to get that ball into the middle, and the bumps coming out. That's really what Andrew needed, as Fearless Bravo are put on the back foot now. They have to make 2 goals in less than 2 minutes. I mean, obviously it's doable, but the defense of Andrew is just holding up so well, and these counter-attacks like this are just sorting them out perfectly, as Arctic Fox will take it past one. It's going to air dribble into the corner, sends it into the middle for Windy. Windy, not a best first touch. JW hits it off to the side. Good demo coming out though. Relieves a bit of pressure on this up, as Torque will hit it high. Windy needs a touch, manages to get one. JW is awkward, gets demoed again. Dakai needs to rush this but can't quite get a touch on it. The speed has ramped up immensely because Fearless Bravo know they need to go, and they do get a goal because they have just starved their opponents into this position.
Now could be the time for the comeback that Fearless Bravo need. They're within 1, and with about a minute to do so, to find that 3rd goal is definitely possible. That kickoff isn't the greatest for Andrew, but Tark not able to make contact with the ball, and Harv demoed. It's JW Cinema versus Windy. It's going to find its way into the post. That shot could definitely have been placed a little bit better, but Andrew trying to keep the pressure on. JW Cinema gets it past, but Arctic Fox will get the clear. Now Harv shoots low but shoots wide. Windy making sure that no further threat could be created by that. Tark leaving it to hang over the middle. JW Cinema getting a 50, no boost, sends it middle. Windy clears it away, approaching the final 30 seconds now. Dakai onto the backboard, no one there to defend it, and Windy will score the 4th. And surely it's over.
I mean, You know what they say, it's not over till the fat lady sings, but she's on her way to the stage now. Almost said the naughty words, but managed to catch myself out there. But yeah, this is looking rougher and rougher as the game goes on. 2-goal lead, 30 seconds left. JW needs a goal now if he can, but he can't quite finish it. Talk beats out all three members, puts it high, probably not the best decision. Half dunks it down, but Arctic Fox there on the goal line. Bit of a fake out from Talk, but both players managing to stay on that bow. JW, it's looking ropey.
Oh, that
Arctic Fox
save.
plus one. Dakai, not ready for that though. Gets the pinch into the middle. One more chance coming out here. And this game is as good as done. GG's and Fearless Bravo are knocked out.
Yep, and Anju continue their lower bracket run, but Fearless 0-2 on the day. We'll see them eliminated from this tournament. They were given quite a lot of chat during league play and before playoffs, but it's all been unraveled here as they are eliminated by the Savage Oxes in Anju, because now they're in to the top 4 and will play Bladesmiths in about 20 minutes, still on the B stream.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was an interesting game, and we'll see you
so long. I was living my life, oh so wrong. Always numb in my mind, that old on. Building scars from the knife, so far gone. I was blind. So now that I found what I nervous. A tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster. A reckoning, you wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread where the angels fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came. I'm hopeless in the crossfire. There's nowhere to go. I'm holding my desires. My heart overflows. The only direction that I'll ever need is a deeper connection that's leading me. And I'm lost in your love when you hold me. Just hold me, 'cause I don't wanna run from your heartbeat. Your heartbeat, no, 'cause I'm lost in your love. I can't break the fall, you're taking it all. I'm lost in your love. I'm lost in your love. I'm the storm that beats the moon. I'm the sun that will not move. Who you think you are? Who you think you
Everyone, welcome back to the RSC11 playoffs. We're back with some more elite action, and once again, my name is Mertz, and joining me once again for the final time this evening, it is Cool.
Yeah, in for a good one in this one. Both play-ins teams, Anju and Bladesmiths, winning both their series against the playoff teams. It's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure.
Smith, they swept both their series so far this evening, but Andrew, they made it a little bit more difficult for themselves. They went to game 5 both times, even including a little reverse sweep in against Anarchy earlier on this evening. But we just saw them on the B stream taking down Fearless Bravo, one of the favourites for Elite. 3 of the 4 RSCast members predicted them to make at least the final, but they had to settle for that top 6 spots. But now these teams, they're in the top 4. We're in to the lower semi-final. These teams, if they win, will go one step closer to that fabled grand final.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these teams, as we saw Andrew taking it to game 5 against Fearless, but Bladesmiths are on their sweep run, and there's a chance it could happen again, but it is quite unlikely.
It's definitely going to be a closer series. Bladesmiths, yes, they've played some tough opponents, but Andrew, they look primed and they look ready to take down anyone. This looks like their day to shine, and they couldn't have picked a better day than Championship Sunday in the Elite tier.
Yeah, I mean, definitely gonna be an interesting one. I mean, there's a lot going on in the game chat, as all players are in, and I mean, I'm ready to go. Are you ready to go?
Right, it's a little bit first up. Let's go for predictions. Cool. What did you go with for this series?
I went for a 3-1 to Bladesmiths in this one.
Fair enough. I went with Andrew. I think it's going to be another game 5, and I think Andrew will take it in the end. They've seen some clutch moments. They've been in some clutch moments, and I think that will continue. And they'll book their spot in the top 3, but they're going to need to prove themselves on the pitch, as we should be getting ready to go straight into the action. Cool.
Yeah, definitely. Let's get into this.
Yes, indeed, this series definitely going to be very close. We saw Windy, Arctic Fox, and Dekai take down that Fearless Bravo roster, but I know just what the roster of Rapids, Cubby, and Easy Panda are able to do. So let's see who will come out on top. Easy Panda in the Dominus. I've just got to say the Dominus is not a good car, so for that reason I also want Andrew to win, so we don't see any more Dominuses on the pitch. But it's going to be a very good start so far for Bladesmiths. They're going to have some early pressure. Dekai does get away, but Rapids is there to follow up in that Gen G decal, but Easy Panda registering the first shot of the game. It's not going to be a very threatening one, but this first 30 seconds look to be all Bladesmiths.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see Rapids hit off onto the back with Dekai with a bit of an awkward touch. Rapids going through, getting the demos, and Cubby doing the most with that miss, as Easy will get a shot on target. Arctic will take control of this and start sending it down the field to get a demo. Cubby just not doing the most in that case, as he just isn't playing well. He just flips the wrong way, and after the easy demo, Cubby is just gone.
I was told you're using the phrase doing the most when referencing to Cubby. So far, it's been 2 in just under a minute of play. So if we can get a counter of how many times Kill says doing the most when he's talking about Cubby, that would be appreciated. Here's Cubby once again, but he gets beat to that one. Here's Dekai now in that Mina Fennec that looks so clean. But Rapids will get the clear. Windy finds Arctic Fox in the middle. Can it find Windy again? No, Rapids just going to pop it up. Now Easy Panda trying to slow things down. He gets a 50 and now Rapids beat by Windy and it's 2-0.
Yeah, Rapids flipping the wrong way there. It's an unfortunate goal to concede, as Easy's 50 isn't the best and Windy cuts in perfectly and gets a nice cut in for the goal. 2-0, plenty of time left for a comeback. Let's see if they can do the most.
3. Here's Dekai now beat out by Rapids. Anyone in the middle, it's going to be Easy Panda, but Arctic Fox clears that away. Now Dekai, can he find it to enter the net? He's going to go to the ceiling. The ball's a little bit too low for that though. Rapids getting it away. Now Easy Panda trying to do the most himself, and he will do so, showing everyone how it's done by cutting the deficit in half with a solo play from his own half.
There we see Yeezy being the best player on the pitch in the Dominus, one of the greatest cars in Rocket League. Yeah, I said it. I know you don't like it. The Dominus is a good car, and that's all there is to it. As Rapids will take possession of this, though, gets it past Arctic Fox. No one on that just yet. Windy managing to get a touch. Yeezy with a back, and Cubby is there. It's straight down to Wind. That is shambolic defending from Cubby.
Yeah, he just passed it to him.
Yeah.
Windy, it was a very well placed shot. Yeezy Panda did all he could, but the flatness of the Dominus did not help him out there, as the ball just slipped underneath him and in to the net to make it 3-1. It's a very high scoring game. One Cubby gets faked. Arctic Fox trying to go all the way now with the air dribble, but it is saved by Yeezy Panda. Cubby just going to pop up, and now Yeezy Panda once again beating out the man now. Windy versus Rapids. 50 does go in Rapids' favour, but Cubby demoed. Arctic Fox 0 boost cut out by Rapids. Dakai going to come across to block any attack. Cubby sent it to the backboard. Arctic Fox doesn't make any mistakes with that clearance. Pass is decent enough. Now Rapids can't get it past Windy. That could be a shot in net, but Dakai making the save. Andrew looking pretty comfortable so far.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew playing extremely well, getting good touches and good follow-ups as a team. They definitely look better than they did against Fearless, but maybe that's because they're being given more space, as Yeezy has a chance here but unable to make anything of that. Rapid sends it up onto the backboard, and Cubby with a shot as he's done the most once again. 1-goal game now, and it's getting closer and closer.
And the counter is now at 4 for doing the most. But it was a very nice shot in mid-relay. Cubby brings deficit down to 1 with 2 minutes to go. Arctic Fox getting the mid boost, but possession is in Boysmith hands. It's Rapid sent to the corner by Arctic Fox, trying to get away, but Rapid's been a little bit of a nuisance. He still manages to get it clear now. Cubby trying to slow things down, but he's met by Arctic Fox with the 50. He's just trying to slow things down. Sending it to Rapids. Going to have Windy's car, but Dakai popping it up. And now Rapids finding Yeezy Panda. The shot's a little bit too high. Rapids is there again. Rapids is going to hit the post. And that certainly should have been the goal to tie things up, because now here comes Dakai. Trying to put it into the middle. But Yeezy Panda gets it away well. Windy sent it to the corner. Cubby just going to tap it away. Now Rapids, no boost. Just going to try and find Cubby downfield, but isn't able to do so. We are now approaching the final minute. That could have been a very nice shot, but Dakai was in the way.
Yeah, unable to really get much on that. Yeezy side flips, it hits the post again. But the post is seeing a lot of action on both sides of the pitch as Cubby tries to put this in towards the mid, towards Yeezy Panda. Sends it high. Yeezy's going to leave it. Boo gets cleared nice and far. Arctic Fox has done well on that, but Rapids is there on it. Cubby past 1. But Arctic Fox once again straight on it, but that is a whiff and a half as Windy picks up the scraps. Yeezy with a good 50. Dakai gets a shot on net into the bottom right hand corner, and no one can do anything because Cubby's being bumped and they're all just being harassed in their own net.
Yep. Cubby unable to do the most from his own net, as Dakai just able to slide it home to bring the advantage back up to 2. And Anju looking poised to take game number 1 in this best of 5 series. Yeezy Panda trying to cut the deficit. It's going to be close, and Cubby will snatch the rebound to bring it back within 1 and make this a very close game.
Yeah, 32 seconds left on the clock, 1 goal in it. Plenty of time to get this equaliser, or Andrew could increase their lead. Either way, this will be a very good game 1 as Rapid sends it up the sidewall towards Cubby. Dakai is equal to it. Boo drops down to Yeezy Panda, manages to get it back across onto the other side of the pitch. Dakai can't quite make a touch as Windy takes possession of that. Boo is sent up into the middle. Yeezy drops it down to Rapids. Rapids with a shot on net. Just over though. Cubby will try and put a shot on, but Dakai is equal to it. Rapids tries to pass into the middle, but it's too far behind Yeezy Panda. And Yeezy will send it up. Cubby drops it down, up to Rapids. Rapids cannot put that on target, and Boo will drop. There's a good first game coming out for Angie. It's not quite a comfortable lead, but it is a lead regardless.
Angie will take the first game of this series. It was very close towards the end, but Andrew, they were always looking a bit more comfortable, a bit more relaxed, and a bit more composed than Bladesmiths. And that's what really led them to that Game 1 victory. Dakai leading the way with 547 points to his name, 4 saves, and an extra goal on top of that. Just what do you make of his performance in Game 1?
That guy was incredible. He was quite literally everywhere when he needed to be, and his passes and his team's ability to read those passes were just as good. I mean, I expect great things in the second game, and I mean, you definitely see this go either way because that's what the series has been doing, but they've messed up.
Well,
that I don't know what to say.
I don't know what happened. I was admittedly looking away at the start of that game, and I look back and it's a 2v3, and now Bladesmiths are in the lead, and they appear to be playing on, so, you know, maybe Anju confident that they'll be able to recuperate their early losses, and Cubby nearly adding their advantage early on. Now here's Arctic Fox trying to do the most, as you would say about Cubby.
I'm gonna need
is
some. He didn't. After the goal. Okay, the goal stands and the game continues.
Oh, now here's Dakai sending it into the middle. Arctic Fox trying to get there. It will bounce down, but Easy Panda will get the clear. It's a very much a muddled start, but as you said, the game will continue with the current scoreline. Easy Panda, good fake, trying to force its way through, but Arctic Fox will make the stop. And now here's Arctic Fox once again trying to find someone in the middle. Dakai will have a bit of time for the shot, and Easy Panda, a little bit of weird positioning there, but trying to avoid harm's way, but cannot save the shot, and now it's tied up.
Yeah, Yeezy having to break check so he doesn't get damaged by Arctic, and it's just not where you want it to be. But plenty of time for this game to switch, but they are back to being even after a very confusing start to this game as Arctic Fox sends it high, gets the double, but it's not quite in the right direction. Cubby will send this all the way down the other side of the pitch. Good demo from him on Dakai. Rapids drops it down, Yeezy unable to get the read on it. As Windy whiffs it, so Cubby can cut in. It's going to take this high. Tries to drop it down, but Arctic Fox is there. Yeezy leaves it for Rapids, and Rapids is going to try and pop this into the middle, but Windy's to it first. Bit of an awkward touch. Good demo comes out though. Cubby is on his way to hell as he's been demoed, and Dakai will have time to go for an air dribble, but not the boost to go for one as Cubby whiffs, and Dakai will make it 2 off of that. Cubby thinking more will come out of it, but just kind of booters there.
Unlucky, Cubby. You know, you got close, but Dakai smarted you there and put his team back in the lead, despite the shaky start, going 1-0 down, technically 2-0 up in this game, and Arctic Fox scoring that one away well. Rapids forced sent to the corner, but Windy with a very nice read to keep the pressure on, but Rapids will send it away. Arctic Fox in the way of that one though. Will be able to try and get into the middle. Does so as Dakai there. Oh, wait a little bit, maybe for a mistake. That's a good 50. Cubby using a lot of boost to just even make this slight bit of contact there. Now Rapids at back. Arctic Fox almost instantly. And Anju ramping up the pressure. They're feeling a lot more confident than they were in the start of game number 1, and it's showing because they're not letting Bladesmiths out.
Yeah, Dakai can't quite make the greatest touches. Yeezy comes in, no boost. Rapids decided to just sit on the boost. Cubby with a good clear out. Dakai will have one though. It's not the greatest of touches. We'll try and follow it, but Yeezy Panda's there first. Cubby got to go quickly. Arctic Fox not gone. Yeah, shoots behind him and makes it an even game. 2 minutes 20 left on the clock.
Wow, he didn't say doing the most for once. It was a very nice. It's a very nice shot from Kirby to tie up the game. Now Andrew looking a little bit less comfortable on top of this game on Forbidden Temple. This might allow Bladesmith to charge forward, but it might be a little bit of a double overcommit rather. But Cubby will slash out any chances of that. And what a save from Dakai! And Cubby just whiffing the rebound to keep it tied up. And Dakai made a very, very important save there. And he managed to cut out a pass. Still got boost, but he's going to leap for Windy Rapids. Remembers that one, he's going to try and pre-jump it as well. And he does get it. Although when he lands, now here's Arctic Fox along the ground. 50 going to try and find its way to Dakai, but it's going to find its way to Cubby. It finds his way into the respawn position there. Now Rapids shooting into an open net. And Bladesmiths, they take their lead back.
Yeah, I mean, Rapids is the one who does the most, and he's done the most there, really. I mean, Dakai caught off his line and just punished for it. I mean, you cannot get better than that. Easy forcing the 50, everything went perfectly there. Stabu is in Cubby's possession. He will try and take it past one, gets a good 50, bounces off the back and Windy will take possession. Not best of touches from him. Easy puts into middle, double commit coming out. Bit awkward. Easy's going to try and flick this over but can't quite manage it. Cubby sends it high, chance for a second. Manages to put it past one. Arctic Fox is there though. And Rapids will try and slowly take this up but is unable to do anything.
You're running out of time to find this equaliser. Only have about a minute left and Dakai can't do much with that ball. See Panda no boost in attack but steals that corner boost. Now here's Cubby, sends it to the backboard. Dakai will get it cleared. See Panda putting on net, it's a little bit too high. Arctic Fox making sure of it. And now here's Arctic Fox once again. And Dakai infield gets a demo. But Windy not really expecting it. He does get a fake. Trying to go all the way. He pops it past Easy Panda. Dakai's there. Cubby stops it. And with his third save of the game, keeping them ahead. But Arctic Fox trying to keep the pressure on. Rapids taking no prisoners with that clearance. Dakai just going to send it back towards net. And a big whiff from Easy Panda. Oh, it's very unfortunate. Because Dakai from the halfway line just going to tap it home. It's a huge mistake from the Bladesmith defense.
If you're a Yeezy Panda fan, you might not be after that one. That was a shambolic attempt from him, and you just feel bad. But he's got a chance to redeem himself. Sends it under one. Rapids with a shot. Dakai manages to make the touch. Arctic pinches it down the line, but Yeezy is there. Sends it nice and high. Cubby is up. We'll push it all the way towards the back of Windy. Gets a decent touch. Dakai forces to jump. Good patience coming out. Rapids chance to center it, but it's just going to leave it. Cubby side flips off the wall and they're going to have to kill it, and we will be in overtime now. How do you see this one go, Merits?
Either way, but Anju, I think the momentum is with them, and Easy Panda knew another huge whiff. But Rapids is luckily there in time. Easy Panda towards the middle. Dakai beating him out. And you get the second touch. You can't quite read it correctly. Windy against the road. Cubby, no redirect for him. Arctic Fox popping up, and now Windy. He's going to leave it for Arctic Fox. It's a 1 versus 2, but Easy Panda remains strong, and the shot just goes straight into him. But Anju ramping up the pressure a little bit. Easy Panda can only send it downfield. Arctic Fox beating out one on 500 points for this game so far, and trying to add to it with an assist. Bale will be cleared away. Here's Windy popping it into the middle. Just going to play it low. Play it slow, but Cubby gonna cut it out. Trying to get the second touch, but Arctic Fox is there. We've seen a minute in this overtime and no goal yet.
Yeah, Yeezy gonna try and take this cross into the corner. Windy falls into the middle for Rapids. Rapids not the best of shots. Dakai is there. Good 50 from Yeezy, but Arctic still has possession. He continues to have possession as he pushes it down the line. Rapids can't quite make a touch. Yeezy needs something here. It's probably not the best from Rapids, not with the greatest read ever. It's not in yet though. Cubby manages to recover a bit. Dakai shot on net, and that will finish it. 4-3. Awkward game at the start, but they managed to finish it out with a win.
It's Dakai who grabs all 4 goals in that game to seal triple match point for Anju. It's definitely going to be a very tall order now for Bladesmiths. to win 3 on the bounce against a team with this much momentum now. Dekai, 842 points. I'm sure Hecky watching on in Twitch chat will be very happy with that man's performance, because now they're 2 up and 1 game away from booking their ticket to that lower final, and then they'd only be 1 step away from the grand final.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what do you think Bladesmiths need to improve on in this? Because as a team, they're doing pretty well, but there isn't like a shining player yet.
I'd have to agree with you there. They're all doing relatively well as a team, but it's just not quite enough. There's times where they're going for that solo play, but players like the Kai and Arctic Fox, they're just throwing themselves in the way of it. So they need to find a way to maybe get around them or through them. So maybe some more aggressive plays in the goal line, or just passing it around the defence. It's going to be tough either way because of how strong Andrew's defence has been. But moving into game 3 on Sovereign Heights, I believe there has been a timeout called, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, we will be waiting an extra 2 minutes to start this game. The timer is up. But yeah, some talking points maybe. Dakai has been playing very well this entire series. He's just, when you think of a player that's doing the most, it is him.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm going to ask you a question. If you're Andrew, you're 2-0 up, you're expecting Bladesmith to make a couple of changes. What do you do to try and interpret what they're going to do and possibly prevent that?
I think you have to expect the unexpected with this team, because they quite literally are the jack of all trades, but yet the master of none. So it's going to be a questionable game, and the way that they have to play it is just off of reactions.
Definitely going to be quick to adapt to whatever Bladesmith have to throw at you, because they will definitely be desperate to get back on track. They need to win 3 without a response from Andrew. It's going to be a very tall order, but do you see it happening?
Definitely could happen. I mean, will it? That's a different question. I think we just need to see more of a standout play from players like Yeezy and Cubby, because they're kind of being very reserved and they're not playing the way that they normally would, and they're not playing at the speed they normally would. So it's very interesting to see how this one will go.
Yeah, and I believe the timeout is almost up, so we can tell the players to get back into the lobby, and that's what they're doing. We're ready to start game 3, and it's one last chance for Bladesmiths to clinch something from the series, whether it be just a game win or the full reverse. Wait, we're about to find out. Cubby trying to get us started well, but does whiff, and so after Rapids, without net white, the open Arctic Fox getting. He does get demoed, but Yeezy Panda was set on the wrong course after that, and it will just roll in. It's a very good start for Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, 8's a rough start, but 8's easy to come back from. Conceding in 8 seconds, you just need to do anything but concede in 8 seconds again. Which sounds easy, but with these players, it can sometimes not be. As Cubby will be on the ball. As Wendy sends it all the way up Rapids, past 1. Can't quite beat the second. Easy, low boost, is going to try and send this up onto the backboard to Kylo. Another good clear from him. Wendy with a good redirect sends it up high onto the backboard. Cubby, first to it. Arctic pushes it into the middle. Yeezy is there first. Can't quite drop it towards the net, but that is still good possession for them. Sends it high, and Yeezy with a backflip. Cubby is up off the backboard, and the Arctic will start the clearance as he starts to go for a bump on Rapids, and Rapids can't really move as Windy doubles to lead. This game's getting out of reach now.
It's these aggressive plays that have been the catalyst both times in this first minute for Windy to grab a brace early on, and now it's Bladesmiths chasing the game once more, something they're quite used to. And here's Cubby. Is actually going to get one back into an open net? I'm not quite sure what happened there. And why are you putting a Team Liquid shirt on mid-game?
Well, it's got to be done. My teammates do not want me to be wearing this for our scrim, so I'm not. But yeah, it's an interesting one nonetheless, and we will be seeing Arctic Fox bang this onto the backboard and Yeezy continuing with the ball. Dakai gets a good 15 to 20, but no one is there. Windy with a bit of a whiff. Arctic can't quite make anything of that. Dakai once again there. He is really the rock for this team right now. Kabe is going to take this up the wall. Yeezy is in the middle. Kabe will try and get there, but Arctic Fox, he put it on the backboard. And that's a good shot from Rapids to equalise it.
From 2-0 to 2-2 in a matter of moments. GZ Panda finding Rapids in the middle. And Dakai wasn't able to get in the way that time. We've already only seen a minute and a half. But we've already seen 4 goals. It's very reminiscent of game number 1 where we saw 4 goals in a very similar space of time. Here's Andrew once again. Cubby. It does clear away, but now Arctic Fox about 80 boost in the tank, trying to go alone. Gets it past one. Can they get it down? They can, but just not enough. Dakai, seemingly open net, just goes a little bit too high off of that 50. Now Rapids and Easy Panda trying to collaborate, create something, but Windy will be able to get the ball back. Cubby with the 50, not able to do much with it though. Here's Windy now. Rapids does get it past him, and Rapids gets another touch, and Easy with the shot, and it's not going to be able to get saved. Easy Panda on the board, as now they're back in the lead.
I mean, if you're Arctic Fox, you could be asking questions of the game. You almost have that save, and it's just Yeezy Panda forcing his way through, making the lead to open up for his team, and Bladesmiths looking like they're on a roll. A good 50 from Rapids. Kirby missing the boost, but we'll still try and drop it down. Sends it far. Yeezy will be there first, but Dakai is playing extremely well off of these touches. Arctic Fox.
Do it, Windy. Go on, get the second touch. Cubby will get away. Easy Panda will make sure of the Arctic Fox. Only tap it down. Windy going to leave it for Dakai. Gets it past Easy Panda, but Cubby should have an easy enough time getting it away, and does. Windy coming across, pinching it towards the backboard again. No one really there to challenge that from Andrew. Dakai being an Easy Panda. Windy already up, but can't get it past Cubby. Now Dakai left to build it up, goes right easy to Arctic Fox rather. Easy Panda will get it away. Rapids can't be Arctic Fox, and Andrew just creeping around that midfield, trying to slowly push forward. It will be Bladesmiths trying to get forward faster. Easy Panda puts that on net. Windy, big mistake. Arctic Fox was left there to try and recover it, but it just didn't happen, and it looks like a very convincing save, but it ended up sneaking its way in.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I feel like Andrew have put on a bunch of pressure on themselves they really didn't need to. I mean, they're making mistakes that they weren't making in the previous games. Like, you would surely think 2 minutes doesn't cause this much of an issue, but as we've seen, it normally does.
They started this game 2-0 up as well, and they've now conceded 4 without a response. This could be it though. Cubby and Rapids double committing, but it does get put away now. Cubby trying to put down towards now. Arctic Fox does make the save this time, but time is running out to make a comeback. They have made smaller comebacks before, but this will be their biggest test if they want to close out the sweep. Rapids getting a pass for an Arctic Fox and only get away. The Kai pre-jump off with Arctic Fox. It's not a good shot at all, and Cubby will easily be able to get away. Rapids setting it high, but it's going to bounce to the ceiling now. Dakai, one touch. Easy Panda, a little bit of a tiny touch. Could have been very, very lethal, but Cubby trying to flick it over one, not able to. Arctic Fox finds Windy. Easy Panda with his first save of the game. It was a very important save. Now we're into the last 30 seconds. Dakai now finding the net. Now Bladesmith just panicking, trying to get the ball away. And you're running out of time.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. As we see Windy getting a good bump there. Dakai can't quite finish it. Arctic Fox almost gets saved by Easy Panda, but Arctic Fox with good positioning. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Arctic Fox with good positioning and a really good shot. Easy can't quite recover on it.
There's still time for an equaliser to be found from Anju. And if they're able to, it's going to be very big for momentum. It's going to be a morale killer for Bladesmiths, but Rapid's trying to put the dagger. He does get the read, but it doesn't find its way into net. And now Windy, one last chance, but it's going to hit the ground. And Bladesmiths, they take one game back. Fresh of a timeout, they went 2-0 down. But then they mounted a comeback and they managed to take the game in emphatic style.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you look at it, the way they were playing, it didn't really look like they were winning because, I mean, they were being dominated for the first half, but the guy, I feel like he's used up his peak and now he's just playing bang average again, and you can tell he's not doing as much as he was before, and it's causing a big issue with his team.
Yep, hopefully Dakai will be able to get back on top form, but you've got to focus on his teammates as well. Dakai is not a one-man band. You know, you've got to rely on Arctic Fox and Windy just as much, because it is a team game, Rocket League, believe it or not. So now we're coming into game 4. Bladesmiths could begin the reverse sweep. It already has begun, but whether they'll be able to continue is a different question. As game 4 underway on Beckwith Park night. Rapids here now, getting it past Arctic Fox. Dakai is able to cut it out. Cubby is there, however. And just some back and forth that we see so much. Windy puts it onto the backboard. No one quite there except Rapids. 27 boost, trying to get into the middle. Kind of does. Cubby, good shot. Just a bit too high. And Easy Panda forced to leave it. Does get a small hit. Rapids sends it to the corner. Rapids also not able to make another hit, and Dakai will get a win. Bladesmith starting to make Anju feel a little bit nervous and a little bit awkward.
Yeah, Dakai's going to clear this out easy with a good touch. Rapid's going to have to cut in, but Windy is to it first. Cubby manages to send it all the way down the side. Arctic has plenty of space in the air, but it will only go as far as Cubby as he brings that towards Windy, and Windy gets it into the Bladesmith's corner. Rapids doesn't have much time now that he's done that, and Dakai will get a shot on that, but easy. Plenty even to it. It's Cubby pre-jumping it, ready for the touch, and he's there before anyone else is. Rapids into the middle, but easy. He has to go back. Touch. It's going to go straight down. Cubby's got to be fast for this. Or Arctic can miss it just like that. And Rapids with a good save off the line. I'm not sure what I'm watching now.
I'm not sure how the ball hasn't ended up in the orange net. Andrews has certainly been 1-0 up. And Arctic Fox have certainly scored. Arctic Fox with a chance of redemption as well, placed. But it's into the crossbar. Dakai forced to backtrack, does win the 50, but now here's Rapids. It's a small flick. Windy just going to send it to the backboard. Cubby does get away. Arctic Fox into the middle. Dakai's a bit too far back. And wisely chooses not to overcommit and sends it back to his own corner. Does beat Rapids. Now you're just going to try and play it low and slow. Here's Arctic Fox. The touch does get a little bit away. And now here's Windy trying to put it into the middle. He does so. Rapids, it's a poor clear. Dakai with the shot. Dakai with the goal. And he's back. And he's giving them the lead.
Yeah, I believe this is called trolling from Rapids, as he passes it into the middle, and Dakai, a free shot at Yeezy Panda, and Yeezy cannot react to the placement of it. It's unfortunate for Bladesmiths, but they really just need to focus up as Cubby destroys on that kickoff, and Dakai will have to make that touch off the backboard. Last one. Easy. Could be here first. Doesn't get the best touches, but it is over Arctic Fox. Rapids. Bit of a weird... This duo, I can never tell what's going on with them. As Rapids and Cubby confuse me, Arctic Fox takes it down the other side of the pitch past one. Cubby takes possession of it. past the other. Windy got to make a touch here, sends it off to the side. Arctic can't quite get any follow through on that as Windy keeps on pushing it. The guy tries to get this into the middle. Easy clears it out far. Arctic though makes a good touch, keeping it into the middle. Easy with a bit of a ghost touch there, unfortunate for him. Cubby past one, and that's a good dunk. Potential for a goal here. Yeah.
You never quite know what you're going to get with the elite tier, and in this version, you're just going to get a lot of open net misses, and that's why there's only one goal scored. This time it will find its way in. Kai not able to make the stop, and finally, Boyd Smith has found the net to tie things up. With a minute 27 to go, it is really up in the air. Let's see which way the pendulum is going to swing with this kickoff. It will find its way into Andrew's possession. Arctic Fox going to get into the middle now. Dekai slowing it down, takes to the skies. It will find its way into the middle. Windy poising it back to Arctic Fox. Just going to play it back. Hubby making them a bit awkward. Now Windy beats one. Rapids forced to play slow. The pass in field saved by Rapids. Shadow defense working well. Now into the final minute of game 4. Arctic Fox sends it high. Cubby a little bit awkward here. Can only settle for a 15. Rapids does beat one in Windy. Arctic Fox will get the clear. Easy Panda only settle for a small touch. Arctic Fox goes low there, but can't do much more with it.
Yeah, it's a good touch from Yeezy up to Cubby. Down off the backboard, but Windy with a good 50 against Rapids. Yeezy's got to cut in here, try and get the pass up to Cubby. He manages to do so. Cubby sending it quickly, can't quite get over the ball to drop it down, but that is a good position for Yeezy to put that into middle. Arctic makes a nice touch off to the side of Windy. Gonna try and get a counter, push it past one. Arctic sends it towards the corner. Yeezy, plenty of time here. Takes the touch, probably not the best of touches as Rapids will bail him out of that one. Windy sends it into the opposing corner, and Yeezy will drop that to the floor so that we are in overtime.
More stress here in this series as we go to the second consecutive overtime, I believe, or the second in 3 games, I can't quite remember, but this one could be the one to end the series. Rapids gonna take it for himself. Dekai beats him out. Windy, will he get to it? He does get the 15, but Rapids will be first to that one. Send it to the backboard. Arctic Fox clearing it away and staying on the ball. Off the ceiling, pops it past Cubby and Windy. In the 50 to Kai up early, putting it towards net. Easy Panda, now getting bumped. And now the pressure can start to build. The Kai goes low, gets it past one. Arctic Fox puts that towards net. It's just a little bit wide though. Now Windy going all the way round. Easy Panda getting the clear. Now Dekai into the middle. Cubby getting it away. Rapids just get demoed, so Paxton needs to slow it down, and Cubby doing the most there, the most misses. Now here's Arctic Fox getting the 50. Cubby will get away for now.
Yeah, this is by far the most interesting series so far, as Rapids will put a shot just over the net. Arctic Fox with a good clear, but only goes as far as Easy Panda, but the bounce is all because the Cubby has to take over. Going to take it past one. Arctic can't quite make a touch, but Windy, it's a nice touch across. Easy has a chance to take a touch, but not a great follow through from him. Cubby straight to Yeezy. Decent touch up. Cubby sends it high. Rapids can't quite catch up to that. Gonna have to wait patiently. Windy.
No.
Apologies.
So good. Easy Panda getting the shot on net. But save Arctic Fox. Cubby trying to find Rapids in the middle. Kai with a very risky clear. Cubby and Arctic Fox trading demos, and Easy Panda a little bit of space to work with. Can't get it past the Kai though, and Cubby in the skies all going. Easy Panda does redirect it over to the left hand side. Will anyone be there to meet it? Windy just going to try and take his time. Rapids send it to the backboard. No read from Easy. We've already seen 2 minutes in this overtime. Now Windy trying to end it. Rapids will get it cleared away. The Kai is there. Easy Panda with the stop. Cubby sending it long downfield. He's trying to go alone, using all of his boost, but no more gains shall be made. Windy gonna try and get away. Easy Panda, good control and a good flick as well. And now Boyd Smith's trying to ramp up their possession. Rapids send it to the corner. Dekai all alone gets it past 110 boost. Can he reach the ball? He does get one more touch. And it makes Cubby a little bit awkward. Windy to end it. One touch, two touch. Is anyone there? Rapids. A Yeezy Panda rather getting it away. And that could have been the end of the series.
Yeah, definitely could have been, as Cubby will try and send this into the corner to make a play. Moves down into the middle, but Kai is there first. Rapids will make a touch. Yeezy's got to follow up through this. Cubby gonna try and keep this going, but decent fake from him, puts it high. It's got a chance for a second, almost puts it on target, but Takai is equal to it. Windy beats out Rapids. Yeezy sends it nice and high. Cubby up first, gets a touchdown. Goes for the second and he gets it. 3.5 minutes into overtime. That's 2-1. Run for a reverse sweep. Or run for one of the most disappointing games ever.
That was a way to end it, I guess. I mean, I'm not sure they'll be complaining on the side of Forge and Boyd Smiths. So now we have one more Champions Field on the B stream. Boyd Smiths on track for the reverse sweep on Anju. Will they let it happen? That is what we're here to find out. Anju put 11 shots on net compared to Boyd Smith's 6. But it was Boyd Smiths who took the win, Cubby, with that MVP performance.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's an interesting one to say the least. Like, Anju have just fallen off very hard here, and Bladesmiths look, while not in control of the play, their chances have been more threatening. But we will be going into Champions Field here. Bit of an update from the other game. It is currently 2-2. Resident are leading.
And if I was Andrew in this scenario, you still have your timeout. You've just lost 2 in a row. I don't know if they took it or not, but if I'm in that scenario, I think I'm taking it, just reassuring things are all going good and how you intend. And I believe that is what happened. No, they are joining.
Yep.
So we're straight into the action. On Champions Field, we've got 5 more minutes of action to determine who will go into the top 3 and face one of the teams from the upper final. Whoever takes that game 5. But we've got game 5 here. And it's Weisman with an early pressure. 2 big whiffs, Cubby. Only find Arctic Fox and lack of arrow, but still stays in control of it. Easy Panda will get away. Now Dekai as the last man. Make sure he gets possession. Easy Panda puts it into the middle. Windy will get it cleared for now.
Yeah, Dekai has really gone from hero to zero very quickly. As he went from doing the most to doing nothing, and they're just not looking very good without him having all this pressure. As Yeezy tries to put that on net, but Cubby, plenty of time, gets the second touch, gonna get a 50 as well. Rapids has a chance to get this boo, but he does whiff it. Windy will send it to Cubby. Cubby sends it high. Yeezy is up. Dekai, good touch from him, but it is only as far as Cubby. It's another good touch, but it is only in front of the net. That's a decent fake. Yeezy off the backboard. Double touch. That is a beauty. 1-0.
And seemingly out of nowhere as well, Easy Panda. Well, he's just making a small touch, but he gets the read and the goal. And also, cool, I have a little theory. When you had that Liverpool shirt on, and you went 2-0 up, but now the Liquid shirt is on, Wade Smiths has won both games, so I think you have control of fate here. You could theoretically decide who wins the series, so who are you choosing?
Well, I'm going to go for my prediction here. I'm going to keep the Liquid shirt on. So, as we see Rapids taking it down the line, Cubby can't quite make a touch. Yeezy just got to get something on this. That is not the best of touches, but Dekai can't really make anything of this. Arctic Fox with a bit of a choke there. It's a 2-on-1, 2-on-2 now. Cubby, good air dribble, but Windy on it equally. That's the team bump. Rapids is there. This is getting awkward for Bladesmiths. as Yeezy Panda's getting bumped in their own half, but Rapids with a good recovery for his team. Easy. Sends it off to the side. Gonna continue going. It's an interesting touch to say the least.
Yep, and Dekai trying to get his own half. But Cubby will keep it in. Windy finally getting it away. But whether he'll get back to the ball, that one's going to float over the middle. Rapids does get away. Arctic Fox puts it back up high. Cubby, weird touch. Can stay on it though, gets it past Windy. But forces the 50 onto Dekai. Will just bounce over Cubby. It will be cleared away. Arctic Fox gets it past one. Easy Panda turns in at the last moment. Windy gets demoed. Dekai, clear route to shoot. Is unable to find the target well enough. Now Cubby, no boost in the tank. Cleared away by Windy. Easy Panda into the middle. Rapids is there. Fakes one. No boost. So can only force a 50, and that doesn't even go very well for him. Easy Panda slowing things down. Goes it back into the middle for Rapids. He gets it up past one. And Easy Panda going for the read. He will get the reads. And it's 2-0.
Yeezy Panda went from not being able to aerial to only being able to aerial as he puts in the second of his own off the backboard again. A beautiful play from Wowzer.
Yep, and
But when that kick off, but Dekai is up. Decent first touch, but Cubby waiting, looking to put his team into a decent position. Rapids has got plenty of time on this bow. Cubby comes up, gets a good touch. If that was on target, that could have been dangerous. Dekai has plenty of possession, but Yeezy's up, ready for him. Shot on target, that's a good save from Windy. Rapids with a fake. Pop into the middle. Is Cubby there? Cubby is there. Shot into the top corner. Miss. Yeezy finishes.
well, I think you've got to say the reverse swoop is on the cards, and you've also got to say Cubby shooting might be one of the worst I've ever seen, if I'm honest. You've got to be scoring that first time. But Easy Panda does complete the hat trick. And now 3 goals is the gap for Andrew to chase. And very limited time is what's on offer. That could be the first, but it's going to hit off Arctic Fox from the shot from Dekai, and that could have easily been won back. But instead, they're going to be chasing even more now with even less time. Windy putting it into the middle. No one there. Easy Panda gets it away. He's been such a threat on the attacking front this game. Arctic Fox sort of just giving it away. No one is there. There's no desire. But Arctic Fox finds Windy upfield and it's one back.
Never say never. That's for sure. Arctic Fox, decent fake on Cubby, and Windy in the right position at the right time to make that first goal for them. Start of a comeback, but it is an uphill journey from now on. It's Yeezy gets a decent kick off Arctic, managing to follow through. Cubby gets past one. Dekai is there. Rapids gets beat out by Windy. Yeezy fakes it, manages to get a touch off to the side. That's a good fake from him. Cubby continues to push the ball down the side. Arctic gets demoed from his troubles as Windy hits into the air. You don't want that ball floating for too long. He gets it past 2, but Rapids is there. Past 1. Bump on Arctic Fox could finish this game really, but not going to come out. Rapids hits it off the side. Easy is there. This game is running away from Angie. 15 seconds left. Windy, chance for a goal. Shot on target, makes it. 10 seconds.
There is a chance, cool. Don't ring the alarms yet, but there is a chance. If the kickoff goes in their favour, then we could see an overtime in Game 5. And that would be the ultimate crescendo for what has been a brilliant series. Arctic Fox can only pinch it low, and now Dekai, one last chance. Can't get it past Rapids. Will it hit the floor? Not yet. But Yeezy Panda gets it away. Can Windy make it? He can. He does keep it up. But it's in the wrong side of the field. Yeezy Panda drops it. And the reverse sweep is completed. Bladesmiths are one of your top 3 teams.
Cubby is looking to go back to back on this. That is an incredible reverse sweep that came from a very unlikely position. But Yeezy Panda almost dropping 800 points in that final game. hats off to him.
But now, Bladesmiths are through to face Vanguards in that lower final, meaning the winner of that will face Resonant in the grand final, and that will be in about 10 minutes' time. But for the B stream, that will be all for tonight. The rest of the action will be back over on the main stream, and we hope you've enjoyed your stay on the RSC EU B channel. That's all for tonight. We'll see you on next week.